Contract deferred, getting paid until the day I die. Money coming in, but not one at bat, not one pitch, not one strike. Being deferred is where it's at. Deferred.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Podcast Name Deferred. I am your host, Seven. As always, thank you for joining us. Please make sure to like the show and share it out. And what questions you have for us, leave them in the chat. We would love to get to them when we can tonight. Craig will not be with us again. He is still taking care of Joyce as she recovers from surgery. So definitely told him to take as much time as he needs.
Get well, Joyce.
Get well, Joyce.
Get well, Joyce.
She was actually
moving around yesterday. Actually, Joyce does watch episodes. But she was up moving around yesterday. So she's definitely doing better. She had open heart surgery. Like, you know, it wasn't a joke, but she's home. She's doing better.
Right.
Okay. So with me this week, though, I do have, of course, my longtime friend who loves baseball and playing guitar, and I enjoy getting to talk ball with him, even if he is a Yankees fan. We've got Dan the Dick Warner with us.
Oh, no, that's you. I don't play drums, sir. I sing a little bit. I can rock a mic on karaoke, but yeah, no. Between the drummer and the guitar, well, the drummer and the guitarist, we have a band right now. We just need somebody to play bass.
You can train a monkey to play bass in like 20 minutes.
Well, that's my thing. That's my thing, Ando. I'm a front man.
Let's go. I'll stand behind and hit vocals, man. It's all good.
Next, of course, with us, he is with me and sometimes Dan every Monday on Sports Report Podcast. We're going to be a little nice to him tonight because the Mariners snapped their 8-game winning streak today, losing to the Mets.
Of all teams.
The Mets of all fucking teams. The Mets, the New York Mets. Ando, your team lost to the fucking New York Mets. Okay, sorry.
What a Mets.
I'm gonna say it right now. If the Knicks lose tonight, it's because the Mets. To do is let the Mariners hit 9 winning games, nine-game winning streak, and the Knicks would have taken game 1. That's how I'm doing it.
What's he say on the campaign? What's he say on the campain? On the campaign, Tony says,
starting the campaign and everything.
Bring your brooms because it's a Mets.
Why did we agree to bring him back, Seven? Why? We both hate the Yankees as much as like I can't. There's a level of hate for the Yankees that we have that's indescribable. And yet here Dan is laying it in. You know, I'm just not. I said I'm glad you're.
At least he's not a Raiders fan, so I can do
that. Is true.
Yeah.
All right. So first, as we get started tonight, guys, the CBA negotiations have heat up. The MLBPA submitted the first proposal about a week ago that included updates to revenue sharing, a penalty for teams not spending, and changes to the rules for things like service time and arbitration. The owners, of course, countered with something completely different and with their own proposal a day or two later with different view on revenue sharing and also, as we expected, including a cap and floor system. The cap would be set at just over $245 million, affecting 6 teams based on current numbers, and the floor would be set at just above $171 million, affecting 12 teams based on current salaries. Dan, I'm going to start with you. Does baseball resume on time without players agreeing to the cap and floor system?
I don't know if it resumes on time, but I did see the quote from the Players Association guy that said, "We will never take a salary cap," and they probably shouldn't. What does that even do? That just allows the owners to pay you less, basically, because like at this point it's just a free for all anyway. They put a salary cap on it. $245 million salary cap. It's quite a bit.
It's But the 245 is higher than I expected. Honestly, I expected them to start at like 215, 230.
But if you think about it, though, 26 guys on the roster, that's less than 10 mil a guy.
That's got to be the 40-man roster, not just 26. Because those 40-man, because those 40-man guys are considered on the roster and can get pulled up at any time. So, and their contracts are protected. They're getting paid essentially like they're a big leaguer. It's not quite as much, but it's much closer to the veterans minimum. So I mean, they're still getting
Juan Soto takes up. Juan Soto would immediately take up almost 1/3 of the New York Mets salary cap by himself. So that's a good start. And then Francisco Lindor would take up another 50. So that's half of it right there. And two guys. One of them doesn't play ever. And he has blonde dreads.
And this is the thing that, like, because I mean, you look at the Dodgers would have to trade basically everybody, because in this kind of system, that deferred money is counting against the salary cap immediately. So Shohei's contract takes up almost half. Well, I mean, that's what 1/3 of their salary cap, just in the $72 million that Shohei's getting alone.
Yeah, almost
72. Yeah, 72. Yeah, pretty close.
So that's, I mean, it's, but like I said, I expect the number lower. I think you're going to have, so something I thought was interesting in the proposal that the players sent, the penalty marker for where teams have to, the competitive integrity tax, as they called it, is, what was it, 150. And they wanted the luxury in their offer. They wanted the luxury tax penalty removed for 300 million and under. So to me, that would say if you're gonna get the players to stop and go, wait a minute, you're gonna need to look at a $300 million cap. And they're giving the owners a little bit of room on the bottom at the 150 mark. Like that's what I see. Ando, what do you think, buddy?
We're early in negotiations. I think the numbers will change a little bit. Obviously, the owners don't want to lose that money that's coming into their pocket. Once, what's the phrase? Pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered. The owners want their money. And I never really thought of it from Dan's point of view. Yeah, the players really don't want a salary cap because that's less money that they're going to make. But you really can't have a salary cap and then expect to have a salary floor. So, looking at the numbers, it makes sense. I mean, it's a $75 million difference between the salary floor and the salary cap, which for baseball, it doesn't seem like a whole lot. I mean, we were just talking about Juan Soto, Shohei, Francisco Lindor. Those guys are taking up 20 million. 30 million a year. So,
71, Ando. Juan Soto gets paid $75 million a year, bud. Juan Soto gets paid $75 million a year. That's 1/3 of that salary cap. It's gone.
Jumping, jeez, man.
Yep.
Yeah, he signed a 12-year, 790, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was over $3 million.
Yeah.
What? How? Like, I don't know, man.
20 and 30 now. That's a serviceable starter. That's a starting pitcher.
Here I was like, dude, if you could sign me on for like $1 million, like I will be a bat boy for $1 million fucking dollars. So
I'll take league minimum.
What's league minimum?
That was one of the other things that the players did, was they wanted the league minimum moved up to 1.5 because it's at 782 right now, if I remember correctly. And they wanted to bump it up to 1.5. So, I mean, the bump up of the league minimum to 1.5, which is kind of where like a lot of those guys that are on the 40-man roster that aren't on the 26-man roster, that's where their money's at. And getting all the, and like to their credit, they're advocating for the guys at the bottom to get a raise. And understanding that this is more about the impact of the guys in the future than, these guys that are making 30, 40, 50, 60, $70 million a year. So to the, like, and I appreciate when you have an approach like that, but for the owners though, like is there anything, Dan, I'll ask you this first. Is there anything that you can think of that the owners could put on the table that would make the players stop and think about a salary cap?
No, there shouldn't be anything, honestly. Like you're gonna, if you already have a salary cap, like the NFL's had a salary cap, the NBA's had a salary cap, the NHL's had a salary, right? If you already had one, then then you probably can't like come to them and be like, hey, we shouldn't have a salary cap, right? In the same way that you probably can't come to the players of Major League Baseball and say, we need a salary cap now in the middle of this. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand what, from the owner's perspective, like, is the money not there? Is the money not there? Because the money's there.
The money's there.
Especially if you play the season like it's planned to be played. Okay. The only way you don't have the money being there is if you hold out for money that you're making in the future that you're not making. I'm going to have a stroke.
Right.
For real. Like that's,
no, you're 100% correct.
Yeah. I don't like that. I don't understand what they're like. I don't understand where the futures in this is like factoring it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because obviously they have this planned out to, these guys are Major League Baseball owners. These guys have this planned out to 25 years down the road. They know what the profit margins are for their grandchildren and all that stuff. So like they know that the money's there as long as they play. And I think that they're just waiting for the players to call their bluff. Like they have to do all the time. But you got to force them into a corner. What happens when you corner a rat? Huh? Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, it's
most of the owners would be like Splinter rats, though, like Splinter from Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
they'd be like that kind of rat.
Ando, do you? And I just had a thought on something here. So before I go into that, Ando, do you have any thoughts on it? Like, is there anything?
I mean, it's not really. Like I said, it's early in negotiations. I'm one of those guys that I don't really. I don't know if understand. I'm not the one that kind of deep seats into the financials behind the game. I like to watch it and I like to understand what's happening on the field. The behind the scenes one, I'm going to be honest with you, probably goes over my head. I did algebra and a little bit of geometry in high school. Beyond that, like yeah, you're speaking another language to me at that point.
So my thought process is, and you guys can, and I'm going to get your guys' help on this. So with the NBA's salary cap system, essentially it's not so much penalties if you go above whatever the number is. It's just that the luxury tax gets higher and higher and higher to a point where it's basically dollar for dollar, right? Am I looking at that correctly? Okay. What if instead of a more hard cap system like the NFL has? Because that's a hard cap. Like you start to hit that number, like it's a no. You're not doing it. So instead of a hard cap system like what the NFL does, what if they go to the players and they say, look, we're going to leave this open. We're going to put a 150 at the bottom. And at the top, instead of it being a cap, you're going to have the luxury tiers. So if Steve Cohen still wants to go up and have a $350 million payroll, Steve Cohen can still have a $350 million payroll. But for every, and then there's tiers from like 250, 275, 300, whatever they end up agreeing to, where it costs the owners that money. The players are still getting their paper, and that bottom is coming up. Yeah. But you're putting
still getting
more penalty on Steve Cohen, the owner of the Dodgers. If Steinbrenner decides to open the bank account, if John Henry decides to open the bank account, whatever, these teams that sometimes will do that. They're the ones that are putting that at risk, and we're just elevating the bottom end more. And then in future negotiations, you can kind of tighten it a little bit more. Yeah. Is that something that more seems like it would be feasible if the players were to go, okay?
For sure. Yeah, that's literally what you're talking about is the penalties are going to get the desired effect of parity, of making the league more even, I guess is what, because I'm sure that's what those rat owners are doing, is they're talking about how they want they want parity in Major League Baseball, and they don't want teams to just dominate because they have a higher payroll, when in reality it's because they don't want to pay players that much. So they would cut a salary cap because if they could have it like they have it, why would Steve Cohen not want it like it is right now? You know what I'm saying? Why would he not want it like it is right now? So I don't know. yeah, it seems like you're penalizing them and bringing them back to the desired effect. It wouldn't be as big of a pullback into parity as the salary cap would be. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you'd obviously, like you said, you still have people, guys paying overpaying for guys. But
yeah, where I mean, the difference of like a Steve Cohen and like a Nintendo who owns Seattle, $5 million could be chump change for Steve Cohen. Whereas, whoa, we don't want to spend $5 million in Seattle, so Seattle would pay attention better.
100%.
Yeah,
yeah. So it basically does the same thing as it's doing now.
Yeah,
right. And like for me, one of the things that I noticed in the conversation about parity that irritates the piss out of me, because if you look at the standings right now in the American League, 3 of the top 5 teams have a payroll of less than $150 million a year. The Rays, the Guardians, and the White Sox. By the way, yes, those are 3 of the top 5 teams in the American League right now.
Did you say the Red Sox?
No, White Sox. Go fuck yourself.
yeah.
Don't be a dick, Dan. Fucking Yankees fan.
Yeah.
And then when we look at National League, they're 2 of the 5, the D-backs and the Pirates. Well, no, I'm sorry. The Pirates have below 150. The D-backs, I think it's like 170, if I remember
Not
correctly.
much.
So the D-backs aren't quite there. So of the top 5 teams in each league, 4 out of those 10 have a payroll less than $150 million.
So those teams would be penalized.
That's the parity to me. At least to me. Like, I mean, because especially with them, you look at the fact that those teams, 3 of the 4 teams are considered small market teams.
Right, but we might be seeing a little bit of the NBA early season effect, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens a little bit in Major League Baseball sometimes too, where the younger teams trying to prove something. You know what I'm saying? They're going through this long season, so they kind of come out fast. Because I'm going back right now. I'm looking at last year's playoffs, and I'm trying to look at how many of these teams were in any way considered small market, and none of them. I mean, the Milwaukee Brewers.
You know
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would say that's probably
the only one.
I think that's
because
the market.
Well, you got the Guardians, the Reds, and then Detroit.
Well,
and
no,
that
Cleveland.
It's like,
yeah, okay, so yeah, those 4 are considered small market teams.
Yeah, and that's
so that's 4 out of what the 14.
Yeah, and one of them made the Final Four. None of them, obviously, it was Blue Jays, Dodgers in the title. So
yeah,
none of them made the championship. No. But nobody really made any noise you know what I'm saying? Like, as a small market, like Milwaukee got the furthest. They got in the NLCS, but got swept in the NLCS. So
right, no, and there's going to be years like that. But I mean, when I look at the Guardians aren't going anywhere. The White Sox, like, I mean, everybody expects them to fall off. They're just playing because this is when they have all their energy. They're that puppy that tires himself out 10 seconds after they wake up and has to take a nap again.
They got Godzilla. They got Hideki Matsui reincarnated.
That could and he's
I can never remember his name. It's Matsuyama. It's Matsurama or something.
Matsutaka.
There you go. Yeah.
And his bat is fantastic. Munetaka Murakami, that's his name.
Murakami, there you go.
Like he's got a fantastic bat.
Over half of his hits this year are home runs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. His bat is ridiculous. And he's really not bad in the field either. Like
how he fall through the cracks.
Well, there was I can't remember what it was, but there was something where there were some question marks about him and the teams that were presenting, and he had a few equal offers, and he decided on the White Sox because he didn't want to go with somebody who was already a contender. He wanted to help build it up.
Well, and the White Sox rolled out the red carpet for him, and the White Sox rolled out the red carpet for him and treated him like he was like he was Sushi King.
That's the thing is but there is the White Sox are good at developing players. So are you looking at a lineup right now of that's gonna go past the wild card round? No, you're not. You're not. I mean, if you can, I like even Jordan Hicks is looking better than he did than last year, but at the same time, he's there's some concerns about injury for him, and when he comes back from an injury, which is always a problem for him, he can't locate for shit. It's the same problem he had in Boston, same problem he had in San Francisco. So there's still a lot of holes in that lineup to fill it for Chicago. But I mean, they're certainly making some noise right now. But even if we look at how things are going to trend towards the end of the season, you're still going to have a handful of small market teams. St. Louis isn't going away on the National League side. They'll at least be a wild card team. The Brewers aren't the Brewers. The Brewers. I mean, like you could have 2 of your 3 playoff slots in the National League could come out of the Central.
And the Royals are in last again.
Yeah, the Royals are being the Royals.
Hey, look, at least they beat the Reds today. That's all that matters.
It does matter. But I think the Royals are going to be looking for a coach after the season. Based on when I was at the game, there was some season ticket holders for the Royals that were sitting a couple rows back.
Some grooming.
And we were just they are the ones that they're there every game. All 81 games. And we got to talking, and there's a lot of questions about coaching decisions. And the Royals fans, I mean, you guys know, Royals fans actually have, the ones that pay attention, have a pretty good pulse on the organization. And when it starts, the conversation starts. Not long after that is usually when they're replacing the coach. So I happen to believe that it's possible. But you're now wasting the tail end of Salvador Perez's career. You're wasting Bobby Witt Jr.'s prime, which to me is a fucking crime. Like,
he'll be in New York in a couple years.
What's up, Brandon? I'm going to be actually, thanks to this guy, I am going to be interviewing Braden Brody from the Seattle Mariners. He's a free agent right now, but the Seattle Mariners hold his rights. And I'm going to be on Sports Nuts on Friday with a couple of the guys that run that show because he won't be there. And I get to ask him some questions. And then we're also going to be working with him on trying to see if we can get JT Snow in. Hopefully. That would be really cool.
I am personal friends with Tom Skerritt. I am personal friends with Tom Skerritt from Top Gun. No.
No. I mean,
wasn't that a line from
honestly,
movie? Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
He shows him twice. He shows him the picture. Yeah. He's like, I'm personal friends with Tom Skerritt.
Yeah. You better not be holding my daughter, asshole.
He's showing him around his house. He's like, these are John Lennon's glasses. They're worth like $1 million. Yeah. He walks up to this thing. He's like, this is Lance Armstrong's left nut. He's like, I had it bronzed. He's like, sometimes I just sit here and stare at it. And Mark Wahlberg goes, sometimes you feel like a nut. And he goes, sometimes you don't. He's all serious. Yeah. He's all serious back. He's like, sometimes you don't.
Yep.
Yeah. I just love that. He walks up. He's like, this is art. Get it? This is art.
And Patrick Warburton's character in both of those movies and the fact that he's in a relationship with Ryan Reynolds is absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely.
Dude, the first time they discuss it, Warburton's like, he's like, I don't know. I like to get beat up. He's like, I might be gay. I don't know. Like, he's like, walks up. He's like, I might be gay. He's like, whoa, man, are you in some kind of gay beat up club? And he's like, I don't know, man, I might be gay. He just like walks off.
And then at that party, he goes, turns out I'm gay.
Turns out I'm gay. Yeah, he's like, I liked it.
And he's just holding hands with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Every guy's dream.
I mean, he could turn a lot of white guys. He really could. And probably some black guys too. Man, this is gonna get interesting. But I think we're gonna see a lockout. We're probably gonna. I don't think next season's gonna go the way it's supposed to, which sucks.
Really? You think it's that bad? It's in turmoil.
Yeah, it's. I hope it doesn't. And I honestly, I've said before, I would like for them to take a page out of the WNBA's book and agree
Not
to
get
keep things
watched.
going for the status quo. Well, they've already been through that phase. So,
Yeah, good point.
you know,
So
steroids
is the answer in the WNBA? Is that what we're getting at?
I think that's what it is. I mean, could you imagine
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark putting on like 40 pounds of muscle?
She looks
And
like
then
Braun.
Angel Reese goes up to try and block her, and she just like grabs her and sets her down, just like no.
She has
No,
she has the
Angel-
Braun. She has the Braun beard. She has the Braun like strap beard, like and everything. She's built like him.
She'd
She
be
gets-
the one that if Angel went up for a block, Caitlin would just go through the block, and Angel would go with the ball in the hoop. That would be what would happen.
I mean, maybe that's what it takes for WNBA to go to the next levels. They need a steroid era. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. It
I'm
works
not
for
saying don't do it, ladies.
me.
Let's be honest.
All of a
I mean,
Nafisha Collier comes out and can make her pecs dance like Terry Crews can.
No, it's Sophie,
Yeah.
Sophie Cunningham, bro. Sophie Cunningham.
Sophie Cunningham.
yeah.
You're going after Caitlin Clark. You got to get to me first.
Sophie Cunningham comes out. And she's got quads like Spencer Strider.
Yeah,
Yeah. She's Caitlin Clark gets chosen one across her chest.
yeah. You know,
She's
she
just
should
built-
come out and be like, my left calf is Brandon and my left calf is Robert. They're licensed by the Anderson twins. Come get it's like, no, dude, I'm done. No.
Oh god.
Yeah, no, they need it
okay.
so they can dunk.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that would probably.
It's not insulting to
It's
say
a
they
little
should
more
give the ring.
verticality. But that's the thing is it would really take years for the true effect to wear off on that.
An
That's what we
overhaul.
talked about it.
Like you'd have to overhaul the entire thing. I get it.
You have to go all the way back to college ball, and how many schools don't have the technology in their rims to be able to bring them down that extra foot when they need to? So you're
Right.
Are you guys hearing that? Yeah, it's sorry, it's my cat. Sorry.
Really? I didn't hear anything.
Oh,
I just anyway. Okay.
I thought you guys were getting
Dan-
vibration through. I'm sorry.
Andrew and I talked about this last week, but I want to get your opinion on this. We were at that point, there's that saying in baseball, we talk about it all the time. You'll know who your team is at Memorial Day. So we talked about some teams that should be panicking. We talked about Detroit, and obviously we talked about Boston, and San Diego and Houston, the Cubs, all names that we threw out. Are there any teams that outside of those that you think of that should be panicking right now?
Panicking? Per like what, their expectations for the year?
Like based on how they're doing so far versus what they thought they were going to be able to do.
Well, I mean, other than the Mets, they hit the panic alarm already on that one, right? That's been covered. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. We touched on it.
Okay. I mean, the Royals. I know there's no expectations for the Royals, but like dude, your division is garbage. Like, just hang in there. Play 500 ball. You don't have to fucking even be above five. Like, you have. I mean, but dude, their roster's not. It's just not talent. Like Bobby Witt Jr. And outside of that, give me somebody else who's gonna be there. Like, they can't just
I could argue that Joe Caglione could emerge into someone better.
And that honestly, that's my theory with the Royals. Is I think maybe it is a little too much youth because you look at you've got guys like Bobby, Michael Garcia, Jack Caglione, Isaac Collins, even Carter Jensen. Like, there's a lot of young guys on that team, even in the pitching staff. Like Noah Cameron, he's from St. Joe. He just got called up last year. Cole Reagans is young. I mean, there's a lot of youth in that lineup. It could be that next year we get what we thought we might see out of them this year, and they actually, because that's the AFC South of Major League Baseball. Honestly, like it's
AFC South or NFC South?
And NFC South.
I was going to say, the NFC South can be pretty competitive.
So, Tony, here's a fun fact for you. You just went to a Royals game, Red Sox, right? In 2024, I went to the Yankees Royals, right? In Kauffman, and watched Carlos Rodon get tuned up for 10 runs in the first inning without getting an out. which is still a major league record.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
That's the last game the Yankees lost to the Kansas City Royals. 2024. Really? They've won 18 consecutive games against the Kansas City Royals. How about that?
Wow.
We just punished the Royals. Dude, it's every time. Like, it's literally like they just quit before they get in. Like, I don't know. It's weird. But, they've been.
Boston tuned up the Royals in that series. And when I was watching that game, the first thing I noticed is that Boston's bats are waking up. Like, I understand, like, Boston lost yesterday to Baltimore. They kicked the shit out of them today. Boston's bats are waking up. Their swings are getting tighter. Their routines are getting better. Jared Duran hit like 260 for the month of May. Like, they're just, it's getting better and better and better and better. So, but when I was watching the Royals, I noticed a lot of the youthful mistakes and the fundamentals and, like that stuff that, like, when we were in little league and high school ball, we were working on day in and day out at practice, the little things that really help you see the ball into the glove and the hitting drills and stuff like that. That's really where they're at right now. Like, there is definitely a core fundamental issue. And it's one of the reasons why I'm not surprised that coaching with the Royals is being criticized, because anytime you see a team that's lacking fundamentals, that's lacking fundamental baseball. It's one of two things, and Dan can confirm this. And Ando, I don't know if you were ever in a baseball locker room, but I know Dan and I can confirm this. It's one of two things. Either there's a disconnect with the coach or there's a problem in the locker room. I highly doubt with the guys that are in Kansas City that there's a locker room problem there.
Yeah.
Unless Bobby Witt Jr. has just turned into an asshole, and that's the problem, which I highly doubt.
He looks like an asshole, but he's not.
He's a pretty good kid from all accounts.
No, he's a great guy.
And with the way Kansas City media is, we would have known if something was coming up. We would have known if they had like a players only meeting. Kansas City, the Royals and the Chiefs are really good about keeping private matters private, and I don't think that would be something that Kansas City would be like, oh, can't let our media know about it. We would have known. We would have known.
Yeah.
It might just be go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
It might just be useful. I don't think it's a locker room issue at all. Like we're basically saying, I don't think that's the problem. It might just be like just youth. Like they just, like you said, like there might just be like Jack Caglione. That dude looks like a baseball player, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He fills out a uniform. Okay.
Dude played pretty good against the Mariners a couple weeks ago.
Makes me nervous when guys are like that, because I haven't seen many of them that back it up ever. That's the weird part. You know what I'm saying? Like that. There's Giancarlo was one of the guys that used to do that look like that, but like I don't even know if that's sustainable. The guy's like 6'7". Like Aaron Judge does it, but Aaron Judge is kind of built a little different. Jack Caglione looks like he's got a lot of chick muscles.
Well, but Jack's only 6'4", 250. So like he's like weight wise and height wise, like he's a little bit more proportionate to what he should be.
Yeah,
but he's young enough. Like he's going to be a power hitter in the league for a long time. And once he finds that connection with just, I would say probably another year or so of experience, that could be like your next Kyle Schwarber type hitter. He reminds me of Joey Gallo. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, Gallo had some, and Gallo had really good years. Gallo had some really good years. He was 50. I think he had 50 couple sides. For you guys and for those of you watching, if you get a chance, there was an interview that Joey Gallo did recently where he has been talking about like his life since he left baseball. And like he went all over the country, he learned different things. He worked in a sushi kitchen in Japan, and like nobody knew who he was. That's awesome. So like he's learning about himself, and the way that he talks about it, and the honesty that he has in that interview. I'll see if I can post a link on I'll see if I can find it and post it on the Podcast Name Deferred Facebook page. But it was really cool. It's like I've always liked him as a player. I thought he was a pretty good player, seemed like a pretty good dude. But just watching him in that interview, I was impressed. Like he impressed me even more than he did as a player. I felt bad for him when he came to New York. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean he just got swallowed up. He just got swallowed up by it. Strikes out a couple times, gets booed once, and he's out. I get it. I mean, it's a tough spot. that was not the right spot for him. He would have been better off in like Arizona or something like that, honestly. Like, and it's not that he's not a good player. It's not that he's not talented enough for New York, but I don't think mentally he responds the same as somebody who's going to be able to handle pinstripes should.
Well, he was a huge Yankees fan. He was a huge Yankees fan growing up and shit. So he put a bunch of pressure on himself. He always wanted to play in Yankee Stadium, and he was like, yeah. And they have the short porch and right. He's a lefty power hitter. It's like, and then he just nothing happened. Like he just struck out a lot, and it was like we probably had to give him 2 years before I don't know. He's coming off an injury too, and like it sucked. It sucked all the way around.
It was a perfect storm. Okay. We're real quick answers on this one.
Okay.
And I want to let you go first. Detroit is very quickly falling out of contention. We've kind of already talked about this a little bit. Do they trade Tarek Skubal before the deadline, or will he still be in Detroit come August 4th?
Who?
As a fan
Skubal.
of baseball, I don't want to see Skubal leave Detroit. As a person looking at it from the logistics and what you can get for Tarek, you almost have to pull the trigger now. I think you pull the trigger now, get what you can for him, and then start the rebuild early, right? Kansas City doesn't look like they're leaning into the rebuild. You do the rebuild now as Cleveland goes down. You said it yourself, Chicago's not going to maintain it. We don't know what the hell is going on with Minnesota. Some days they look like a professional baseball team. Other times they look like the minor league basketball team here in Sioux City. And then, of course, the
Trailhawks, not bad. Trailhawks, not bad. Winning record this year.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the White Sox, you said, won't sustain it. Cleveland's going to come down. We got Minnesota, Kansas City. Why do I always forget the other team that's in their division?
No, you named it other than Detroit. That's the fourth. Yeah.
Kansas City, Detroit. Oh, Kansas City, Detroit, Cleveland, Chicago, Minnesota. Yeah. So lean into it now. Get an early start on it. And I would say go from there. I like I said, Skubal is one of the big reasons I like to see the Tigers succeed. And as much as you don't want to see him go, you're not going to get the production you want out of him this year. Trade him, get what you can, and start that rebuild now.
Dan, what do you think?
So let's bring it full circle. We're just talking about the owners and shit with the salary cap and all that stuff, right? This is what happens in Major League Baseball is the teams like the 2014 Royals. They had to literally catch lightning in a bottle with all of their prospects getting together at the same time, right, before they had to pay any of them. And they had to make like a couple year run at it, right, while they had all that talent before they had to pay anybody, okay? Because you knew that those guys were gone. There was nobody there consistently. They weren't going to spend the money to do it. So that's consistently what happens in Major League Baseball. The AL Central just happens to have 5 teams that do it all the time. So there's no consistency. Like if you could just have one team like the Red Sox, like the Yankees, like anybody, like the Dodgers in that division, they just dominate the division every year because they're just all trying to get their prospects to line up correctly, and then you get like that's what happened with the Royals for sure. Like they have Bobby Witt in his prime, right? But you have Jack Cagliano's 24 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like he's going to strike out a lot. They just have to time it because there's no way they can pay players consistently for like long-term contracts to get them all together at the same time. And that's what you see with the Red Sox and the Yankees and all these guys, Blue Jays, all these guys. We pay players for long-term. Yeah. We get them for long-term. We don't have to rebuild every 3 years. Like we just, you know what I'm saying? Like we have consistent talent because we pay for it. And so when I said bring it full circle, that's what we're talking about with the owners meetings and the fucking money and shit is like, that's what's consistently happening, but they're probably trying to get rid of. Right. But I don't even know if people want parity though. Like, yeah, if you're like a diehard Royals fan, sure you want parity. Sure you probably want a salary cap for like your team might has a better chance to win, clearly. Right. But like, I don't know if anybody actually like people love dynasties. People love either they hate dynasties. They love to watch dynasties regardless of whether you hate them or not.
Yeah. So
people like to watch dominant. Like if it was a different champion every year, like that would get weird. Like it's a good thing that teams dominate for short periods of time so that people can hate them and then you can naturally knock them off the top of the mountain, right? Like by everybody just going, fuck you guys. Yeah.
I would argue that it's bad at the time, but it's really good for history if you can get that dynasty going. So
it's not bad in a sense because when you have a dynasty in any sport, Like we'll use like realistically with how the Vegas Golden Knights are going, the start of their franchise is going to be considered a dynasty when we look back on it because it looks like every 3 years they're in the NHL finals.
Yeah.
And when we look at like the NFL, obviously what the Chiefs are dealing with right now, it's a dynasty. There's a down period, but Tom Brady went 10 years without a Super Bowl and they still called that 20 years there a dynasty. So like it is what it is. So and it drives conversation about the sports, and especially in today's media where your value as a brand is driven by how much conversation is about you online. When you have a dynasty, guess what? You're one of the top brands in existence. If you're
all publicity is good publicity.
So
I don't know. Cleveland's looking really crappy right now in the NFL.
Well, yeah, that's not really. Yeah, that's
bad publicity.
Rule.
Yeah,
just like winning when you have a good team, Cleveland is the exception to the rule.
Yeah.
So, but like, yeah, it's honestly.
They signed Myles Garrett's traps too.
They came for free. They came for free.
Actually, what they're doing is they're taking the traps off of Myles Garrett and attaching them to Shadur Sanders. That's how that's going to happen.
Nice. He just can't throw the ball because he can't lift his fucking arm over his shoulder.
Nope.
Yeah. Yoked.
Right. No, and Jory, thank you for coming. We're talking about I'll throw something out about the Braves in a minute too. Jory said to me, I kind of hate it because the media and it picks you when they could be talking about others. I get that to a point. Because like when I was a Chiefs fan before the dynasty started, I was like, why are they talking about anything that's going on with the Chiefs? There's these good pieces. Alex Smith was looking really well, and there wasn't a lot of conversation about it because nobody gave a shit about Kansas City. Yeah. And then that changed, and that conversation was there. And now I'm enjoying that conversation because I'm a Chiefs fan. But somebody that's a Cardinals fan is really irritated that nobody's talking about what's going on in Arizona. Nobody cares what's going on in Arizona, but they're not even bringing it up. So
I have a theory.
I get that.
I have a theory. The Rams traded for Myles Garrett because they're scared of what Carson Beck is going to do for the Cardinals.
They needed him in division. They were like, we have this stud down here in Arizona, this new stud. We're going to need Myles Garrett to stop.
Yeah. This mystery relevant pick, Brock Purdy, is just going to tear our defense apart. We got to get Myles Garrett. And who's that ginger that's up in Seattle that just won the Super Bowl? We got to get more pressure on that guy.
Yeah.
Like he's going to eat in that division. That's just
oh my God.
Okay.
So
no, Red Rifle was Carson.
Right. Andy Dalton. No,
Andy Dalton. Yeah.
All right, Dan. We got some bad news today. Your favorite player in Major League Baseball history, Nick Castellanos, was released by the San Diego Padres today after a rough 39-game stint with the Daddies. Is it time for him to start prepping to play banana ball, or does somebody pick him up?
I think he's still got a little bit left. It's playoff Castellanos, baby. It's playoff Castellanos. Go home, Nick. Go to Little Italy. Go get yourself some fucking pasta marinara, all right, buddy? You'll be all right. Somebody will sign you for the playoffs.
This year, so far this season, he's hitting a slash of 191, 221, 339. So not great. He's only got 5 doubles, only 22 hits out of that 39 games, and 34 strikeouts. So
he's getting up there in age, though, too. He's been around for a second. Like he's been around for a second.
Technically, he's 34, so he's definitely getting up there.
Yeah. That's prime in baseball.
I'd like to interject with 2 things that I thought of. The first one was because of something Dan said, and we appropriate our dad jokes. Do you have the floor to tell you a dad joke? What is a DJ's favorite sauce?
Is it gonna matter?
It is. What is a DJ's favorite sauce?
Sauce.
Sauce.
I don't know.
Never.
I'm writing you up for that.
Got it. And then, in case you guys didn't hear, in case you guys didn't hear, the Savannah Bananas are going on a world tour.
Yeah,
I found out that July 3rd and July 4th, they will be at Kinnick Stadium in Kinnick, Iowa. which is like a 4-hour drive.
They're just the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball.
Dan, for
Right.
you being a fan of the Yankees, right? You have competitive baseball that you can watch. Me being a Mariners fan, the only Major League Baseball
Sometimes we
franchise
don't.
that has never been to a World Series, this could be the World Series that I get to go to in my life.
You're like, Cal stopped shooting steroids into his butt, so he's not
Yeah.
doing anything this year.
Yeah.
That's
got
why
that
yeah.
one
If I
You got that
want to go
contract.
see the Savannah Bananas play at Kinnick Stadium, screw it. I'm going to go to Kinnick Stadium and watch the Savannah Bananas. But,
Oh,
but yeah,
I wasn't.
the Savannah
Globetrotters
Bananas
are
are
awesome.
coming to a stadium near you. Go check them out. Savannah Bananas online and grab your tickets.
Jory, you're 100% correct. Like the Titans actually made some good changes. Like there's a roster building there, and not a lot's getting said. But all right,
That's
yeah, so Ando, what
Right.
what do you think? Is Nick Castellanos going to get picked up? Or
I think
you're
just
gonna
off
see
the
him
name
in
and
the
draw power alone, I think there will be a team that'll take a shot on him. I think those teams that are on the fringe will look into it. I think it'd be hilarious if he got signed by Arizona. I think that'd be absolutely hilarious. Yeah, I think a team that's looking for a little more depth will go. His name power, I think, will draw. I don't think he's ready to go to Savannah Banana Ball, but I would say there's a team out there that will look for a rotational player or a DH. I don't know defensively if he can still play the way he needs to, but he'd be that guy that during the play, oh God, it's Castellanos, he's coming up. And even if he goes 3 of 10, I'd still want him on my roster. So,
well, I mean, obviously he's hitting 300, you want him, but like
Yeah.
the only time you really have to worry about Nick Castellanos as a player is if there's a national tragedy the day before he steps up to the plate. That's when you're certified to see net. Like it is an actual statistic. If Nick Castellanos comes up the day after in a game, the day after a
talking about?
national tragedy,
What I not
Nick
remember about
Castellanos will home run. Yeah, the day after a national tragedy, Nick Castellanos hits a home run almost every time.
Oh, really?
It's almost now a meme where when he hits the home run, there's a bald eagle that flies face level down baseball line, and the American flag goes up and fireworks go off.
I
had
made
a,
$200 off of Nick Castellanos home runs the day after national tragedies.
That's awesome. I had a couple of things, Tony, here.
Go ahead.
You see Christopher Sanchez? So Christopher Sanchez, lefty for the Philadelphia Phillies.
That's where we're going next.
Okay, you were already on it.
Yeah, that's where we're going next.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Dan underestimates Seven's ability to do baseball. This is funny.
Well, I was gonna mention Judge too, but I'm sure you're gonna do that too.
Are you talking the bone bruise?
Judge. We got to bring up Judge only because you're the Yankees fans.
Well, no, because he's out right now. He doesn't
Exactly.
have-
That's why we got to bring it up.
So I mean, we can talk about Judge before we go to Sanchez. And so I saw that there was a bone bruise. Like, what's going on?
It's just in his shoulder. They said there was some soreness, and then Aaron Boone saw like it affecting his swing in the game and stuff like that. At first, I thought, well, he had the surgically repaired elbow, and it's the right shoulder at this point. So I'm thinking maybe, that when he was training to throw again, you're going to be taking pressure off the elbow and putting more on somewhere else, right? And he throws way over the top. Like if you ever see him like throw from the outfield, he looks like he's going in slow motion, but he's actually just like getting set to like, and he's like, he won't use any of his elbow. He'll like sling it over the top. He's got a fucking cannon arm, but he takes a long time. It's like a trebuchet, like you know what I'm saying? Like it's setting that thing up. Like, yeah.
When you're throwing from 300 feet away, you kind of have to trebuchet that shit. You can't, get into a pitching stance and Randy Johnson that shit to home plate from
No.
right.
Well, if
field.
you're Ronald Acuna, you can.
Or if you're Henry Rowengartner from the Chicago Cubs.
I mean, that's also fair.
Right.
But no, it's.
But yeah, it was just
have they said how long he's gonna be out?
It's day to day. He's
Day-to-day.
getting they're getting tests on it. There's nothing broken. It just sort of bone bruise in it. But I think what they're doing, this might be a
Load management.
load management. Yeah, for real. Like so they do it with Giancarlo Stanton every year. I think it's written into his contract secretly, is that he just gets to not, dude, for real. Like he's like 40 games in the middle, right? 40 games I get off in the middle. 40.
Doesn't
like,
even have to
why
be in a
40?
row.
Like,
Give me
Like Mike, that's
it's in a row.
Mike, that's a fourth of the year, Mike. And he's like, I do it every year. And they're like, I guess you do. Like, I guess you won't make you think.
According to the ESPN article that came out at 4:35 Eastern, so about 4 or 5 hours ago, Aaron Boone said that it's been nagging for him for a couple weeks, kind of dealing with some shoulder soreness, more of a nagging than an actual injury. Then over the last weekend, over the last couple games in Sacramento, it became a little more than that when we noticed some of his swings and his throws were off. Became a little more than just nagging, and I think that's why it's affecting him. It's tough to say when they ask that he's seeing a specialist, which is why we're taking the specialist to try and rule anything serious. Obviously, we'll get more details in the coming days.
Since May 11th, Aaron Judge is 14 of 68. That's a 206 average. He's only got one homer, 8 RBIs, and 19 strikeouts in that time period. So he's a human. Is what it makes.
I mean, you think about how much of your shoulder you're using to throw, how much of that's going into the way you're guiding your bat path and your swing, especially his right shoulder. Like,
oh my God, did you really just do
it's better to let him rest. They don't. I mean, especially with how the AL East looks this year, they could let him down. They could sit him down for 20 games and they'd still be fine.
Yeah, I think that's probably what they're doing. And honestly, this year's Yankees team, the last couple of years, I'd have been fucking kind of freaking out a little bit because our offense ran through Aaron Judge for the last couple. There's always been guys who kind of like supplement him, but he's the pillar right in the middle, and that's what it is. This year, we're actually, pretty well rounded as far as I think we're like fifth. We're basically like fourth or fifth in total offense at this point. I think we're about fourth or fifth in pitching, so our pitching's been really good. I think we're all right. Like, we're more consistent. Like, Cody Bellinger's a fucking stud. I love Cody Bellinger.
Stud.
He's a stud. Dude,
Ben
Trent
Rice
Grisham.
Ridiculous. This
Ben Rice is an MVP candidate. Ben Rice has better numbers than Judge does. So like that, he just a lefty came out of fucking nowhere, dude. Like, he was playing catcher last year. He was a left-handed hitting catcher, like backup catcher. Yeah. So
he played backup catcher. We played some first base, I think, if I remember correctly. He's almost like a little bit of a utility guy.
He's our everyday fucking starting first base now.
That would be called the Cal Raleigh effect. He saw Cal Raleigh do it and said, "Hey, I'm going to do it now too."
Well, he switched. No, he did opposite though.
Yeah.
He switched from catcher to first.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's talk about Cristopher Sanchez, because this, Cristopher Sanchez honestly is one of my favorite pitchers in the league right now. Like, he looked really good the second half of last season. He was just throwing frozen ropes from the mound. Going into tonight's game, Cristopher Sanchez had a 44 2/3 scoreless inning streak. At that point, it was the 7th longest in a single season in MLB history, and it was already the longest in Phillies history. That streak did end tonight in the 7th inning when he gave up a run. So it ended up as a total of 50 2/3 scoreless innings, and it became the 3rd longest streak in Major League Baseball history.
Fifth.
Only two. No, because Bob Gibson's was 47 and Greinke's was 45. So, he's only behind Earl Hershiser, whose was 59, and Don Drysdale's was 58. So he's now
in the live ball era, because the other guys are there's Walter Johnson and Jack Combs, not live ball era. They're 1910s.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah. You're right. So live ball era was he's 3rd, and the thing that throws me off, and this is what I want to talk about, because obviously, that's just ridiculous. First of all, that's an amazing clip. Congratulations to him. He is still not considered the ace on that roster.
What, Zach Wheeler?
It's Zach Wheeler. Yeah, it's Zach Wheeler. And I'm not saying Zach Wheeler's a bad pitcher. I'm not saying Zach Wheeler's a bad pitcher. Cristopher Sanchez is an ace on 29 of 30 lineups in this league right now.
No, I think.
I'll 25 of 30 leagues of 30 lineups in this league.
Yeah,
I would take him. I would take him over Wheeler. I honestly
sure.
You could put him on Boston's roster right now, and he could, and with Crochet at his peak and him right now, you could honestly compete with it.
A lot of lefties.
I mean, the Yankees, it would be a push. There's a lot of rosters that he could be the number one. I would
trade him for Castillos.
Exactly. Like he would definitely, yeah. In a heartbeat.
It's a great trade.
Yeah. Great trade. Phillies, make it happen. We want Sanchez.
My question to you guys is this, and I'll let you have this one first. If you're Cristopher Sanchez, does it bother you at all that you have one of the best arms in the league as a whole right now? Definitely the best arm on your team at this point, because Zach Wheeler's just coming back. Are you mad that you're not considered the ace on your own team?
Nope. And here's why. Because if I'm listed as the ace, people are paying more attention to the ace than they are me. So I'm taking this as a positive. Yeah, people are still going to look at me and they're going to be ready to play against me. But to have that label as the ace, you're getting that much more attention, right? Wheeler, you go do your thing. I'm going to continue pitching the way that I pitch. That's how I'm going to look at it. Like, don't call me the ace. If you want to call me the ace, that's cool. Pay me to be the ace. That's cool. But no, personally, I'm not looking for that label. Let me keep doing what I'm doing, and you put that label on somebody else.
Yeah. That's why you're not a champion, Endo. No.
But
no, okay. So he is the ace on that staff. He's considered the ace on that staff. I think that if you asked anybody who goes against who's pitcher you don't want to face for the Phillies, 100% they're going to say Cristopher Sanchez. So he's the ace. I don't know. Zach Wheeler's just so consistent, and Zach Wheeler has been so consistent for so long that I understand why they would start him in almost any game. You know what I'm saying? Because like you can trust him. Great pitcher, but
and for Zach Wheeler, to his credit, this year he's had 7 starts. He's got a 4.1 ERA, 4-1 record, 2.27 ERA. His WHIP is sub 1. It's 0.85. So like it's not this. Like I said, it's not. I'm not saying Zach Wheeler is a bad pitcher by any stretch.
Cristopher Sanchez is
he's still Zach Wheeler is legitimately an ace on at least half the rosters in the league right now. But
yeah,
I cannot for the life of me, I can't put him ahead of Cristopher Sanchez. I just can't.
Now, isn't the ace label something that you can just kind of change on whoever your best pitcher is?
I mean, ultimately, it's in reality, officially the ace is the first person in your pitching lineup.
Yeah,
like
so I mean,
your lineup is a 1 through 5.
Yeah, so like the Mariners, in my opinion, the Mariners don't have an ace because all their pitchers play. But I mean, yeah, you want to have I would
officially your ace is still Castillo.
No, I like Kirby more than I like Castillo.
I think it's George Kirby. I think it's George Kirby. Or
I would say Kirby
or Logan Gilbert. It was Logan Gilbert.
I would say Kirby
That's right.
Gilbert.
It was okay. You're right. Oh, you're right. It was Logan Gilbert. So okay.
Yeah,
so
I would say Gilbert or Kirby would be my number 1 or 2. That I would say. But the thing about the Mariners rotation, especially this year, since they're all kind of mediocre at best, and I hate saying that about the Mariners rotation.
No,
to be 31.
Go ahead.
To be 33-29 and call your team mediocre, you would like to be several more games above 500. But there's
it's not a bad record.
The pitching, to me, I don't think there's enough of a difference between each pitcher for me to choose who the ace is, which could be a problem. Yeah, it could be a problem, but at the same time, now you got to look at every pitcher. Whereas with the Phillies, the issue that you're running into is, yes, you got to focus on Sanchez and Wheeler, but what does the rest of their rotation look like? So I'd rather have 5 B+ pitchers than have 2 A+ than the rest be C's or F's. So
you're looking at your numbers right now for the Mariners.
Yep.
Your best pitcher right now is the guy that's fourth in your rotation. Emerson.
Yeah, Emerson. Because the 5 starters that we have are, by definition, it should be Emerson, Castillo, Kirby, Gilbert, and Wu. I think are the 5 that we have starting. Because Miller hasn't had enough starts yet to be classified.
Castillo's down out because of injury right now, so Bryce Miller is your 5th starter.
Okay.
But you've got, and that's the thing is when you look at the numbers for the pitching numbers for the Mariners, is you've got George Kirby, who's your first rotation, he's your ace right now. He's 4.04 ERA. Logan Gilbert is 3.79. Woo is at 3.44, which I thought Woo's would be higher. I was kind of surprised.
Yeah.
And then Castillo is, and obviously Hancock 2.8, and Castillo is a mind-blowing 5.53.
Yeah.
Like that. First of all, Castillo's being that high, just crazy.
His dreads are getting in the way.
Maybe. Okay. All right. So Erica didn't make it tonight. We were going to talk about the AUSL. Their season does start next week, Thursday, June 9th. There will be games nationally televised. There will be games. If you have MLB TV, you'll be able to watch them through the MLB app. So definitely check that out. They're a new team. There's 6 teams this year instead of 4. They're going to keep expanding. I know some of the games are in Oklahoma City. Some of the games are in Durham, North Carolina. And then I believe Salt Lake is where the other ones are. Yeah. So if you're in any of those areas, it's great ball to watch. There's a talented women. Go ahead.
How funny would it be to have a closer like in Major League Baseball that threw softball style from the, do you know what I'm saying? Like with the rise ball and like they did like the, you know what I'm saying? Like with the step thing, like that'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Well,
like
it's
impossible
to get down.
I think it's impossible. I think it's impossible to do with the baseball.
Like, man, that would be kind of crazy. Because haven't had an underhanded pitcher in Major League Baseball in 100 years or something like that.
Well, I mean, an underhand, actual underhand one, and then there's obviously the submarine guys. I've never seen an actual underhand pitch in Major League Baseball. I've never seen
it's like you get those submarine guys where they have that sidearm stuff where they're basically coming from the ground. Like, man, I remember the first sidearm pitcher I ever watched, and I got to see him pitch in a game in person. Byung Hung Kim.
Yes, dude. Yeah, he's the legend. He's like one of the first ones. And he was in Arizona. Like, the twist in his lineup too.
I can't remember who it is now that pitches in the league that's got a sidearm where like he's basically his knuckles almost scrape the ground.
Yeah, dude, the guy for the Yankees, Jeff.
That's who it is.
Yeah, he comes. He's a lefty. He comes all, dude. He almost hits the ground sometimes. He'll get. Yeah, he just sweeps. That's all he does. He's pitches against left-handed batters. It comes all the way across, real weird. Which is, I noticed what Sanchez does too.
His windup is kind of like that some too. Yeah, it's different, and I think that's one of the reasons why he's so much of a better pitcher is when you don't have that stereotypical lineup or windup. It's harder to track your pitches and what you're doing, especially the more pitches. And this is one of the things that I learned when I was a catcher. Like for pitchers, the more pitches that you can throw out of one windup, like just by being able to change finger positioning and stuff like that, release point. If it can look at the same except for that, you're going to be a much more effective pitcher. Because if I figure out that when you're pitching up here, you're pitching a fastball, but when it come out here, you're throwing a breaking ball. I know before you release the ball what I'm looking at.
Yeah. Yeah, by angle and the way that your hand comes off of it and everything. Like, and Sanchez does this thing too, like where his windup is a little choppy, like it's like a straight back, and then he'll like come up and he throws 99, 100, right? So like it'll come out of there 99, 100, and you're like, all right, well that's a fast windup with a really fast pitch, right? And then he throws the nastiest changeup. It's like an 86-mile-an-hour changeup that looks like the same fucking pitch, except for it floats, and like guys are just out in front of it.
Almost no, like it has rotations. It's a changeup. There's rotation to it, but it does not move much.
No,
and it's not like a knuckleball where it's like flat or anything. But like his changeup is beautiful. Like same arm angle. The windup's the same. There's no tell to it at all. So like that's the things that are coming out at 100 or it's coming out at 86. And good luck. Right. He made Fernando Tatis look bad tonight on a changeup because he was almost fell down. So like it's a good hitter. Yeah, the dude's a stud. Such a special pitcher.
How about one thing, Tony, before we go. Brendan fucking Mizorowski is a freak of nature.
Yeah.
God damn. Dude, that game against the Yankees, he threw like the fucking 8 fastest pitches of the Major League season in like the first 2 innings. Struck out 5 guys in the first, like dude was just blowing it, but like are you supposed to do with that? He threw 103.6 mile an hour fastball in the first inning.
Wasn't that the start where like his last 5 pitches were all over 100 miles an hour and it was like the 7th inning?
Tony, he almost threw an immaculate inning in the first inning. He almost had 9 pitches strike out the side. I think Aaron Judge didn't it was 0-2 on Aaron Judge and he fucking flied out to right. He didn't strike out. But he almost had the perfect, like he went over 0-2, struck him out, 0-2, struck him out, and then almost struck out Aaron Judge, but he hit it to right field. But yeah, I was like, they're not touching this guy. I was like, they're not touching this guy all night. There's not a way.
His arm is just ridiculous. And we were talking about this last week. Like, because you remember like last year at the All-Star game. We're gonna be talking about the All-Star game in a minute. Last year at the All-Star game, he ends up getting put on the National League All-Star team. And like even we were talking about the fact we weren't sure it was right because he only had like 5 starts at that point.
Right.
And now you look back at it, you're like, that was just a prediction of what was to come.
Yep, they saw it.
Like
kind of like Paul Skeen's first Cy Young.
Yeah.
Paul Skeen's 2 years ago, they were just like, well, you only had 11. You're only 11-2, but you went 11-2 with like a 1-7. You were going to do that pretty much the whole season, we're assuming, right?
Right. Yeah. Right. And that's where you kind of just have to go, well, yep, well, yeah, it kind of makes sense now. Okay. Before we go, tonight we'll close with this. MLB announced today that the first round of voting for the All-Star game is live. You can go to MLB.com to vote for your favorite players. And guys, I want to know from your perspective, Dan, I'll start with you.
Yeah.
Who's the first player from the Yankees that you can think of that should go? And who is another player in the league not on the Yankees that you think deserves it?
Ben Rice for the Yankees is going to be there at first base. He 100% deserves it. That guy's turned into a fantastic left-handed hitter. Yeah. So Ben Rice should be there. And then you said somebody from like a different team that I think should be there. Definitely. Yeah. Well, fucking Brandon Mizorowski should definitely be there if that's not too obvious. How about I'm trying to think. Camilo Duvall. I'll give you another Yankee dark horse. Camilo Duvall, our setup guy, has nasty stuff, and he's pitching great this year. Despite apparently he's not even right. He can't like figure shit out, and he's still got like a 2-something. He shuts it down in the 7th inning. I'd like to see him go as a relief pitcher. Outside of that, though, I'm trying to think. Weirdly, probably IKF, like you were talking about, because isn't he still playing like a bunch of different positions and shit? He should go as the utility guy.
Go as a utility guy, right? Well, because he's been predominantly like it's been weird because like they had him at third for a little while Caleb Durbin was getting right. They've had him play a little bit of short. They've had him play now that they've gotten Marcelo Mayer back to where he's comfortable playing short since Trevor Story went down. He's played a lot of second, like, and even before that, like he and Mayer were kind of platooning second. But he has just been on it this year, and like he was even talking last night. Like last night, he did the interview after the game after Boston lost to Baltimore, and it was one of those things where like just the way that he was talking about, like, because like Boston's been pretty decent on the road, but dog shit at home. And the discussion was, what do you think is the difference? And he said, well, we're nice, we're a close-knit small group of people on the road, but when we're at home, there's a lot more people here. Some of them I don't even know who they are. And like that's the kind of thing that a veteran calls out. Like if Trevor Story was there and he wasn't down because of injury, that's the kind of thing that a guy like Trevor Story or Jarren Duran is going to be the one that's going to say, that kind of fires the warning shot to the ownership that they need to tighten some shit up.
All those fucking Boston guys are just trying to get it. If they know one of those players or something, those guys are just fucking, fucking me and Marty fucking getting in this thing. All right. What if fucking, I swear to fucking God over here. I've known you for 18 fucking years, Jarren Duran. You son of a bitch.
Right.
It's your fucking
right. Well, but like
weird throw thing you got.
He's been in 35 games this year. He's hitting 296. Yeah, he only has 1 home run, but he's got 24 hits. He's only struck out 14 times. He's got 8 walks. So like he's averaging getting on base at least once a game or around once a game. So for me, like as a guy that's considered a utility, that does some pretty good numbers. So I can appreciate that. Ando,
just to fill in there. Defensively, it's mostly over.
Absolutely. Ando, what do you think, buddy?
It's a toss-up because I like J-Rod. I don't think Cal should be in the All-Star game. He's playing like poop.
No.
I would either say him or Randy or Rosarina. One of those two guys are playing really good. I think either one of those two guys have a really good shot. As kind of my guy for another team, we talked about Minnesota earlier. Byron Buxton, if he's not on the All-Star team this year, I'd be very surprised. 17 home runs already. 17 home runs, 27 RBIs. Currently batting .253 and has played in 53 games this year. That's kind of my guy. I think he's keeping Minnesota above water. If they could keep their rotation, Ryan, I know, has been struggling with injuries this year. But if I had to choose somebody, I would say Buxton, I think, is kind of my guy for Minnesota. I think that makes the All-Star game.
Okay. No, I don't think those are bad answers. For Boston, I'm going to go a little bit off the grid here because originally I was thinking Duran's got a case. Marcelo Mayer kind of has a case. Wilson Contreras definitely has a case, but Wilson Contreras plays first base, and that's going to Ben Rice. I'm not stupid.
I lost my earphones, just so you guys know.
You said something about Ben Rice.
I'm gonna lip read.
Wilson Contreras isn't getting the starting at least the first one. That's going to Marcelo Mayer. Or I'm sorry, no, that's going to Ben Rice. And then I look at pitching. Ranger Suarez this year. It like he kind of looks like a middle of the road pitcher and a middle of the rotation guy with the 3.3 ERA. But when you look at his stats in the month of April, it was only like a 2.3 ERA. May, it was a little bit up there, it was like 3.8, but he had multiple good stints in there. There was kind of some little bit of question as far as his arm was at one point, I think. I like him as far as somebody that gets pulled for the pitching. And then when we flip around and look at a player on another team, this is kind of a softball answer.
If you say Bobby Wood Jr., so help you God.
No, but we haven't talked about him enough. Ronald Acuna Jr. is playing at an unreal clip right now for the Braves. And I think that you have him back. He hasn't been injured. He's just been going game after game after game. He had a massive 4-game streak here recently where they have to drug test this guy at this point. Like one of those type of clips. So I think your starting right fielder for the National League is going to be Ronald Acuna Jr.
Should be.
It absolutely should be. Yeah.
Do you think it's because he looks like a walking green screen when he plays? How do you think the pitchers feel about those reflective fucking ankle guards he's got on his elbow pad that goes all the way down? It's like the color yellow, like the one from like the screen is what it looks like.
Yeah.
What is he doing? It weirds me out. Like, why do you need all of it? I don't understand.
He's making it easier for the pitcher to see him so he doesn't hit him. Whereas, that's kind of the opposite of what Wilson Contreras does, which is crowd the plate and get close and then bitch about being the most hit guy in Major League Baseball.
Yep. Anthony Rizzo.
Well, and like I was watching the Sox and Baltimore play today. Wilson Contreras got a ball, got walked, worked it, earned the walk, and then kind of bat flipped it, and it was like one of those where it flew up in the air and came down as he was walking to first. And I'm like, dude, you're already the most hit guy in baseball. Don't give them a reason to do it.
There's a guy right there. I mean, if he was still catching, for sure, there's a guy for the All-Star game for sure. But I don't know. First base is going to be packed. First base is going to be packed in the AL. I don't think his numbers are good. His numbers are the best. He's the best hitter on your team at this point.
It's him and Abreu.
Oh yeah, okay, I guess yeah.
And to Wilyer Abreu's credit, he's like, he wasn't one of those guys because like he looked really good in the World Baseball Classic this year. Like he was one of the best hitters in the World Baseball Classic. And then like we saw a lot of those guys drop off and like, tail end of March, beginning of April, really through most of April, and have those, sub 200 batting average and, a couple of errors each and stuff like that. Wilyer Abreu didn't have that problem. He just kept going. And like, for me, I really, he's another player, but like, Wilyer Abreu is one of those, like, he's having a Gold Glove year. He's having a really good year at the plate. Because I'm pretty sure he was, at one point, he was one of the top 5 hitters. He started the year hitting over 300, if I remember correctly. I'm relatively sure he's still up there. Where's it at? There it is. Okay. He has dropped to hitting 283. Like when you look at what he did, like stat wise, where is it at? Oh, there it is. That's what I was looking for. No, it was the splits. That's what it is. Yeah, there we go. Okay. In April, he hit 287. In March, that was only a small sample, but he hit 400. He's hit 287 still in April. May, it dropped a little bit, but like he's still just going. And the drop that he's in right now is not just last couple of days. The last couple of weeks, he hasn't been playing his best. But yeah, Wilyer Abreu is a special talent. All right. So before we wrap it up tonight, just a really quick thing for what's going on around the league. As far as just some up-to-date stuff. Boston won 8-1 today against the Orioles. Some other games that have finished up. Marlins beat the Nats 4-1. Tigers beat the Rays, crazy enough, 7-2. White Sox destroyed the Twins 8-0. As we talked about earlier, the Mets beat the Mariners 7-1. The Phillies did end up beating the Padres. The score of that game was 3-2. Cristopher Sanchez did still get the win on that. He is now 7-2 on the year with a 1.46 ERA. The Guardians beat the Yankees 5-4 today. Garrett Cole gets his first loss of the season, still has an ERA of 2. That's how good Garrett Cole has started this year, which I don't think anybody's surprised by that. As we said earlier, Royals beat the Reds 5-2. Braves stepped on the Blue Jays a bit today, 7-3. Giants beat the Brewers 1-0, a game that nobody watched because Jacob Misiorowski wasn't playing. Cardinals beat the Rangers 5-3. I think we're going to spend some time talking about the Cardinals next week because that team is bumping back up. And the Cubs lost again, 5-4 to the Athletics. The Cubs need to panic right now. I'm going to say that again. They need to do something.
Comeback player of the year, Yordan Alvarez. Has become the best left-handed hitter in the AL for sure.
Like even when they played against Boston earlier this year, they did not look great. He did not look great. Like Boston, I think Boston kept him but 1 or 2 hits in that entire series. And since that series against Boston, he's just seems like better every game. So, and there's been some prediction that Yordan Alvarez could get moved before the deadline. He is a candidate to get moved. So that's because, the Astros are struggling this year. They're not going to do anything. So Yordan Alvarez could get moved. Altuve could get moved. I think Jeremy Pena definitely gets moved.
Without looking, Tony, quick
falling apart.
Quick answer: Who's leading Major League Baseball in batting average?
Probably somebody that doesn't matter.
One. Judge. Yeah, Brandon Marsh. Brandon Marsh.
He's having a good bounce back year. He did okay last year, but he looks a lot better this year. And this is why stuff like that is why I think people need to take the Phillies seriously. And Don Mattingly's showing you he can be a competent coach because he's had an impact on that roster.
If you want a shortstop, by the way, how about Miami Marlins Otto Lopez? Switch hitting shortstop hitting 332.
But it depends because he's a switch hitting shortstop. But what do his splits look like?
Oh, sorry, he's just right-handed. He's not switch hitting. I confused him.
Okay, so he's right-handed shortstop.
With Xavier Edwards.
332 this year out of what? 62 games. Okay, so that's not a small sample size.
81 hits. The most hits in baseball.
What is his here? Let's check the ultimate thing. Let's go to Sports Track. What does his contract look like? Auto
can't be that big.
He's 27.
Yeah.
He's still on his rookie deal.
Yeah.
And he's listen to this. He is getting right at just the right time because this is the last year before he enters arbitration.
Yeah.
So that's great for him. And if he can get traded, if he does go to somebody like Boston or Seattle or somebody like that that could really use a reliable piece like him, he's not going to have to fight for his money as much.
For sure.
As he will if he stays in but also is Miami looking at this going, we can build around him? Does he have a marketable personality?
They have Xavier Edwards too, who's also plays shortstop. He's the switching shortstop I was thinking of, and that's not even their. Yeah, not even the fucking. He's injured. So
yeah, I'd rather have Otto Lopez.
They probably come off. Yeah, they probably
300 over 62 games. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, 81 hits. That's crazy.
That's what you, and that's the thing is when you, for a big market team, you want your shortstop to be that kind of hitting guy and also be good defensively. And I know he's not bad at the position either. So I mean, like a bigger market team that needs a right-handed hitting shortstop. He's cheap,
and everybody kind of needs a shortstop. New York could take a shortstop for real. Like I like Jose Caballero better than I like Volpe. I don't even know why people are honestly. Volpe's been playing well, but I don't know why.
I think the problem with Volpe is you're looking at he's not getting enough credit for the improvement since he came back. They're so focused on, looking at it like when's the other shoe going to drop? When is he going to go back to being that guy that he was last year? Which I mean, he's still Volpe's problem was always at the plate. He's not horrible defensively. He's
great. He won a Gold Glove his rookie year.
Exactly. He's not bad defensively, but are you going to try and put all your eggs in a basket of a guy that's not a consistent hitter versus, even with Jose Caballero, who's not bad. I mean, he's hitting 260, 263, starting at 5 home runs. OPS
he's just a spark plug and
not bad.
Caballero's just a spark plug, dude. He just fucking energy and he's a team guy. He's a locker room. He's a dugout guy. So they like him a lot.
It's good to have. Yeah.
And he plays every different position. He was playing right field the other day. He plays fucking third, second.
So here's do you pull? I mean, if you're the Yankees, do you try to make a play for a cheaper, more long-term option at shortstop like Otto Lopez and use Caballero in some of these other spots, and you still have Caballero as an insurance policy if something happens and Lopez goes down? Or do you just start to really put all that effort behind Caballero and see what you can get for Volpe on the trade market?
I don't think it's dire enough for us to give up more prospects for something. You know what I'm saying? Because what are we doing? At that point, Anthony Volpe was our number one prospect for 4 years. We'll probably sit and wait on him. He went 2020 his rookie year, dude. He almost won the rookie year. So the guy's a legitimate player. He's just get right at the plate. He tends to swing a little hard, he's a little leaguer. He's got a lot of passion though. He's a winner for sure. So he'll be all right. And Caballero's obviously the utility guy, but I think they just wanted to start Caballero at shortstop, I think, is what happened when Volpe came back, and then Volpe's been playing his ass off. So now we got, it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, what was that? Also,
no.
What'd I do? Can I do something? That doesn't do anything.
He's got to go to HR for that, man. If I can't do it, he's got to.
Yeah, he's definitely getting written up.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Oh my God. That's got to be something with your webcam, I think. Because I don't think. Yeah, that's got to be something with your webcam.
America.
Right. So closing thoughts, anything else on your mind tonight, sir?
Nah, dude, I like the show. I think we had some really good rhythm tonight, good conversation. We just need to get the Yankees fan off and get like a more reliable, real knowledge of baseball. Yeah, get you off.
Yeah. Pause.
Yep. Get you out. We need to get you out of here.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay.
Sam, what about you, man?
Oh, yes. Everything was good, guys. Good job. I am kind of worried about Aaron Judge, but
I think he'll be all right.
Yeah.
He went from left field to DH halfway through the season last year and still won AL MVP. So
right field. And he played right field pretty much every game. He was hardly DH.
Yeah, he only was DH for like 10, 15 games.
Yeah, also the year before that, he played center field for the entire season at 6'7", 280.
Okay.
So
I wish I could play center field.
I mean,
it's like putting Travis Kelce out there.
It's hard to play center at 5'9", or it's hard to play center field at 5'9", 180.
Yeah.
No. You gotta be able to run out there.
That's why I watch. That's why I don't play it. That's why I watch.
Dog can run.
For me, I want to close with this. June is men's mental health awareness month. So men, take care of your mental health. Women, for the men in your life, please make sure that they're taking care of their mental health. It's an issue that doesn't get discussed enough, and it needs to. So please definitely do that. Make sure you share the show out. Please comment, like, share, subscribe, all of that fancy stuff. We're trying to grow this. We like what we do here. We hope you do as well. If you want to listen to the episode, don't have to watch because you want to see this ugly mug. I do post the episodes on Spotify. They're usually up the night after we get done. I try to post it within an hour, but sometimes it can take until the next morning if I get tired or I forget. But I will have this posted here soon. For those of you listening on Spotify, we appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. Catch us live sometime if you can. If you can't, we appreciate you listening to us. Any way you can support us, we're happy with. For my co-hosts, I am Seven. Thank you for watching Podcast Name Deferred. We will see you next week. Have a good night, everybody.
Do you even know?